Have you ever wondered if you could reshape your brain just as a sculptor molds clay? If you've ever entertained such a thought, then you're about to embark on an intriguing journey. A journey that explores the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself, forming new neural connections throughout life. Like a river that continually carves out new paths, our brains are far from static. They are dynamic, ever-changing, and shaped by our experiences and thoughts. This concept may seem abstract, but it's as real as the brain inside your head. Picture a bustling city. Its traffic patterns change based on the time of day, special events, even construction. Similarly, our brain's traffic patterns, or neural pathways, reshape themselves in response to our actions, emotions, and even our environment. Perhaps you've heard the old adage, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks." Well, neuroplasticity flips that notion on its head. Whether you're 8 or 80, your brain has the potential to learn, adapt, and even heal. The power of the brain is not to be underestimated. Every thought, every emotion, every memory you've ever had is a testament to its incredible capabilities. But what if we told you that its potential goes beyond what we've traditionally believed? That's right, the brain's malleability extends beyond its biological functions. It's this malleability that allows us to learn a new language, master a musical instrument, or recover from a stroke. But it's not just about learning new skills or recovering from injuries. Neuroplasticity can also play a pivotal role in managing stress, overcoming fears, and even combating mental health issues. It's like having a personal sculpting tool, allowing us to chisel away at the parts of our brain that no longer serve us and shape those that can lead to a more fulfilling life. Intrigued? Buckle up, because we're just scratching the surface. We're about to delve deeper into this fascinating field, exploring the science behind neuroplasticity, the inspiring stories of those who've harnessed its power, and how you can tap into this untapped potential. Let's embark on a journey to understand how our brains can literally reshape themselves. Neuroplasticity might sound like a complex term, but it's a pretty simple concept. At its core, neuroplasticity is about the brain's incredible ability to rewire itself, to adapt and change. It's a term that originates from neuro, referring to neurons, the nerve cells in our brain, and plasticity, which means malleability or adaptability. The term neuroplasticity was first coined in the late 20th century as scientists began to understand that our brains are not rigidly hardwired as was previously thought. Instead, they discovered that the brain is a dynamic, ever-changing organ with a capacity for learning and adaptation that continues throughout our lives. Imagine our brain as a vast, intricate network of connections. Each neuron or nerve cell can connect with thousands of others through tiny spaces called synapses. These connections aren't fixed, but can change and adapt. That's what neuroplasticity is all about. Every time we learn something new, our brain changes. New connections are formed, and existing ones are strengthened or weakened. This plasticity is the mechanism behind learning and memory. It's how a musician's brain can adapt to master a complex piece of music, or how a stroke victim can relearn to walk and talk. Neuroplasticity is not just about learning and memory, though. It also plays a crucial role in recovery from brain injuries. When part of the brain is damaged, other parts can sometimes take over the functions that were lost, a process known as functional reorganization. This ability of the brain to reorganize itself is a testament to its incredible adaptability. But neuroplasticity doesn't stop there. It's also implicated in our emotional well-being. Research has shown that practices such as mindfulness meditation can physically change the structure of our brain, leading to improved emotional regulation and reduced stress. Neuroplasticity is also at the heart of many therapeutic interventions. For instance, cognitive behavioral therapy, a common form of psychological treatment, is based on the idea that by changing our thoughts and behaviors, we can change the neural pathways in our brain. Similarly, neurofeedback, a type of biofeedback that uses real-time displays of brain activity, aims to train the brain to function more effectively by harnessing its plasticity. So, neuroplasticity is not just a scientific concept, it's a testament to our brain's remarkable ability to change, to learn, and to adapt. It's the biological basis of our capacity for growth, recovery, and self-improvement. In essence, neuroplasticity is all about the brain's adaptability. It's about how our brain can rewire itself, form new connections, and forge new paths. It's about our brain's incredible capacity to change and adapt in response to experiences, both good and bad. So, neuroplasticity is the brain's amazing capacity to change and adapt. Incredible, isn't it? let us delve into the fascinating story of Lisa Wimberger and her journey with neuroplasticity. Lisa Wimberger, a woman who dared to challenge the constraints of traditional medical wisdom, found herself at the forefront of an extraordinary journey. Faced with a life-threatening health condition that baffled doctors, Lisa was left with no options but to take matters into her own hands. The seeds of her quest were sown in her early teens when she experienced the first of what would become a series of traumatic seizures. These episodes, unexplainable by medical science, left her feeling helpless and at the mercy of her unpredictable body. But Lisa was not one to be defeated easily. She embarked on a journey of self-discovery and learning, exploring the realms of alternative healing, mindfulness, and meditation. It was during this exploration that she stumbled upon the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to rewire and reshape itself. This was a game-changer for Lisa. Harnessing the power of neuroplasticity, Lisa began to experiment with her own brain. She developed a practice she named neurosculpting, a 5-step meditation process designed to rewrite the brain's response to stress. This process involved identifying stress triggers, engaging the whole brain, and then rewriting the neural pathways associated with the stress response. Lisa's journey with neurosculpting was not a walk in the park. It required relentless dedication, patience, and courage. It involved countless hours of meditation, self-reflection, and reprogramming. But this arduous journey was not without its rewards. Over time, Lisa noticed a significant reduction in her seizure episodes. Her health improved, and she was able to regain control over her life. However, Lisa's story doesn't end with her personal triumph. Recognizing the potential of neurosculpting, she felt compelled to share her discovery with the world. Lisa founded the Neurosculpting Institute, an organization dedicated to teaching others how to harness the power of neuroplasticity to overcome their own challenges. Today, the Institute offers a variety of courses and workshops, helping countless individuals to reshape their brains and transform their lives. The story of Lisa Wimberger is indeed a remarkable one. It's a story of resilience in the face of adversity, of innovation born out of necessity, and of the incredible power of the human brain. It's a story that challenges us to question our perceived limitations and to explore the untapped potential within us. Lisa Wimberger's story is not just about overcoming personal health challenges, it's about the significant role that neuroplasticity can play in our lives. It's about understanding that we are not bound by the wiring of our brains, but that we have the power to reshape and redefine our neural pathways. Lisa Wimberger's story is a testament to the power of neuroplasticity and how it can transform lives. You may wonder, how does understanding neuroplasticity help us? Well, the implications of neuroplasticity for personal development and self-improvement are profound. It is the key to unlocking our potential and directly influences our capacity to change, learn, and grow. Think of our brains as moldable clay. Every experience, every thought, every emotion we have reshapes this clay, creates new pathways, new connections. This ability of our brains to rewire and adapt is what we call neuroplasticity, and understanding how it works allows us to leverage it to our advantage. Let's start with habits. We all have habits we wish we could break. Thanks to neuroplasticity we can. Habits are essentially neural pathways that have been strengthened over time. The more we repeat a behavior, the stronger these pathways become. However, by consciously choosing to act differently, we can create new pathways and weaken the old ones. Over time, the new behavior becomes the default. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency, it is possible. But neuroplasticity isn't just about breaking bad habits. It's also about forming new positive ones. For instance, practicing mindfulness or meditation can physically change our brains for the better. Studies have shown that these practices can increase gray matter in areas related to emotion regulation and cognitive processing. So, by adopting such habits, we can literally shape our brains to be more resilient, more focused, and less reactive. Now let's talk about learning new skills. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, or mastering a sport, neuroplasticity plays a crucial role. As we learn, new neural connections are formed, and with practice, these connections strengthen. This is why repetition is key when learning something new. The more we practice, the stronger the neural pathways associated with that skill become, making it easier for us to perform. Finally, neuroplasticity has significant implications for mental health. Conditions like depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder have been linked to certain patterns of brain activity. However, just as our brains can learn these patterns, they can unlearn them too. Cognitive behavioral therapies, for example, leverage neuroplasticity to help people change their thought patterns and improve their mental health. They essentially help people to rewire their brains in healthier, more adaptive ways. So, you see, understanding neuroplasticity isn't just about knowing how our brains work, it's about understanding how we can work with our brains to change, to grow, to improve. It's about realizing that we are not stuck with the brains we have but can actively shape them in ways that serve us better. So, by harnessing the power of neuroplasticity, we can become better versions of ourselves. Another pioneer in this field is Dr. Jeffrey M. Schwartz, who has done groundbreaking work on neuroplasticity. And it's this work of his that we're going to delve into now. Dr. Schwartz is a research psychiatrist at the School of Medicine at the University of California, Los Angeles. He's written several books, but one in particular stands out in the context of our discussion today: You Are Not Your Brain. This book, co-authored with Rebecca Gladding, provides a practical guide to understanding our brain and its deceptive messages, and how we can navigate our way through them. In You Are Not Your Brain, Schwartz presents a 4-step method for using neuroplasticity to overcome destructive thought patterns. These steps, if followed consistently, can help us redefine our relationship with our own brain, enabling us to take control and make positive changes in our lives. Step 1 is relabel. Relabeling involves identifying and naming our deceptive brain messages. When we face a negative thought or an urge, we must learn to say, "This is just my brain sending me a false message." Step 2 is reframe. Reframing requires us to change our perception of the importance of the deceptive brain messages. We need to understand that these thoughts, urges, and impulses are not significant in themselves. They are simply products of our brain. Step 3 is refocus. Once we've relabeled and reframed our thoughts, we must then redirect our attention. Instead of succumbing to the deceptive message, we need to engage in a constructive behavior that takes our mind off the unwanted thought or impulse. And finally, step 4 is revalue. This step involves recognizing that our thoughts and urges do not define us, and that they have no real value. They are merely sensations created by our brain, and we do not have to act on them. What's fascinating about these steps is that they're not merely about thinking positively. They're about understanding how our brain works and using that knowledge to consciously shift our thinking patterns. This is where the magic of neuroplasticity comes into play. By continually practicing these steps, we can actually rewire our brains, altering the neural pathways that once led us to destructive behavior. Schwartz's method is not a quick fix. It requires dedication, practice, and patience. But the rewards it offers are immense. It empowers us to free ourselves from the tyranny of negative thoughts and habits, and to take control of our lives. So, what's the takeaway from Dr. Schwartz's work? It's this: our brains are not set in stone. They're malleable, adaptable, and capable of change. We are not slaves to our thoughts and feelings. We have the power to change them, to shape them, to make them work for us, rather than against us. Dr. Schwartz's work has shown us that, indeed, we are not our brain. We have the power to change it. While the possibilities of neuroplasticity are exciting, it's important to understand its limitations too. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by creating new neural pathways and connections, holds a vast potential. It's like a flexible chameleon, ever-changing, adapting to our experiences, learning, and even our thoughts. This dynamic process is a testament to our brain's resilience and adaptability. It's the reason why stroke victims can relearn skills and why we can master a new language or musical instrument. It's the driving force behind personal growth and cognitive development. But just like the chameleon can't change its spots, neuroplasticity has its limitations. It's not a magic bullet that can solve all our cognitive problems or supercharge our mental abilities overnight. It's a tool, a process, a journey of small, incremental changes over time. We can't just decide to become a genius and expect our brain to rewire itself instantly. Moreover, neuroplasticity can also be a double-edged sword. Just as it can lead to positive changes, it can also be responsible for negative ones. For instance, drug addiction and certain mental health disorders can be traced back to maladaptive neuroplastic changes. And while neuroplasticity can aid in recovery from brain injuries or stroke, the extent of recovery is often influenced by the severity of the damage, the individual's age, and their overall health. This means that while neuroplasticity gives us hope for recovery, it doesn't guarantee a full return to previous abilities. Additionally, our ability for neuroplastic change decreases as we age. While our brains are never too old to learn and adapt, The process is undoubtedly more robust and faster during our formative years. All of these factors underline the importance of realistic expectations when it comes to harnessing the power of neuroplasticity. It's a remarkable tool, yes, but one that requires time, patience, and consistent effort. Understanding the limits of neuroplasticity helps us use it more effectively and realistically. And with that understanding, we can better navigate the journey of personal growth and cognitive development. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of neuroplasticity, and what a journey it has been! This captivating science has shown us the extraordinary ways in which our brains can adapt, grow, and change. It's a testament to the resilience and dynamism of the human mind. We've learned that neuroplasticity is not just a scientific concept but a key to self-improvement. It's the mechanism that allows us to learn new skills, develop healthier habits, and reshape our thought patterns. From the way we perceive the world to the way we react to life's challenges, neuroplasticity plays a crucial role. We've delved into the inspiring story of Lisa Wimberger, who used the power of neuroplasticity to heal from a traumatic event. Through neurosculpting, she demonstrated how we can consciously direct our brain's plasticity to enhance our well-being. Her journey is a testament to the transformative power of the mind. We've also explored the groundbreaking work of Dr. Jeffrey M. Schwartz. His research into obsessive-compulsive disorder has shown that we are not our brains. By understanding and harnessing neuroplasticity, we can change our brain's wiring and free ourselves from destructive thought patterns. But we've also acknowledged the limitations of neuroplasticity. It's not a magical solution to all our problems. It requires consistent effort, patience, and mindfulness. And while it can help us change for the better, it can also lead to detrimental changes if we engage in harmful habits or thought patterns. But let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. The power of change lies within us. Neuroplasticity is a tool, and we are the ones who wield it. We shape our brains as much as they shape us. Remember, your brain is not a fixed entity but a dynamic and evolving organ. It's a canvas waiting for your brushstrokes, a block of marble ready for your chisel. The power to change our brains lies within us. Remember, your brain is a work in progress, and you are the artist. So go ahead, start sculpting.